All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered Moments Premier League edition. We got me, Mike, here in the building. We got Eddie here, and we got Nana. Welcome, lads. How's it been?
It's been good, man.
All right.
Good to
Could
hear.
have been better, but life goes on, bro.
It could have been, man, if Crystal Palace just could have done the simplest of jobs.
I felt for Vieira, I could see it in his face.
Like the way he kneeled down and slapped the ground, I'm telling you. I would have been so vexed as a manager and ran on the pitch and done the madness. I'm not gonna lie.
That hurt. The thing, I wanted Palace to win as well. And no, it's not because I wanted Arsenal to lose, but I just wanted Vieira to just get that win. You know what I mean? You win some, you lose some, innit? I'm sure they'll win loads of games in the near future.
Yeah, they'll beat Chelsea.
Yeah, we'll see.
They'll beat Man U as well. They'll beat Man U as well. Yeah,
they might do.
But the thing is, when they play, they dominate. They do play well. So
yeah,
what is dominate? Explain what you mean by dominate.
They have a lot of possession in the game. They create a lot of chances. They win the ball back when they haven't got the ball, like pressing. That's my.
So would you say they dominated Arsenal because they created more chances? Do you think they created more chances than Arsenal?
No, I think you guys did create more chances, but obviously, for the team that Crystal Palace is, people expect them to.
Stop saying that.
No, but it's true.
The team. Okay, so then.
Brentford, they're not the team that sit back anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it was an away game for them as well.
Yeah, but football's changed. Football, there's nothing to do with for the team that they are. Football is football now. Brentford did what they done to your team, and you lot still won, but no one's saying nothing. Like,
we got bullied by Brentford. They dominated.
No. You got outplayed, not bullied. There's a difference. They had 25 chances in the second half.
Yeah,
that's unheard of.
They should have won the game.
That's unheard of.
But
Crystal Palace did not have 25. Both their goals they scored were from two mistakes from the centre mids. That's it. They didn't create anything amazing. They capitalized on mistakes. So when you lot say they dominated Arsenal, they didn't. They just capitalized on the mistakes. Simple. Yeah.
So you're saying Arsenal dominated?
No, Arsenal was poor. Okay. But again, it's another London derby. Yeah. So it's unpredictable.
There's so many of them. I mean, like you said before in previous episodes.
Too many London derbies. So for a London team to win the Premier League is very, very difficult.
That's true. So obviously, look, we took a break because obviously the international break. So obviously we're back. There's a few talking points that we need to obviously discuss. So I'm gonna throw this at you guys. Obviously, this has been one of the big things that's happened over the last 7 to 10 days. The Newcastle takeover has finally happened. Mike Ashley is gone. So Newcastle are now owned by the Saudi Arabia Investment Fund, which was brought about by Amanda Staveley, who now owns 10% of Newcastle.
Aren't they backed by the Saudi Arabian investment?
But yeah, they own 80%, I believe. And then 10% is owned by Amanda Staveley and 10% owned by some other people.
Yeah, because they wouldn't give them 100% ownership because of political reasons and otherwise. So they basically had to use a third party to get basically a hold of the shares.
Oh.
So Amanda Lavely or whatever her name is basically she's basically like the face, and they're basically behind her with it because they wouldn't let her do it the other way around. Like, there was just too many issues going on about like the illegal streaming that they were doing, the human rights issues that they have going on, and all of this and that. So she's basically the face for them, basically.
Right. It's still a large percentage though for them to have, even though like there's a bit of issues.
Yes, because her husband, I don't know what his name is, but he's basically he's within the company that are to do with the Saudis, basically. So.
Oh, I see. It makes sense. That's why he's always in all the pictures and like he's very
and then there's that Jamie guy. I'm not sure, but his family basically is the other people that own the 10%. They're in another group. I joined in on it. So
Okay.
Yeah, man. I think
Yeah,
they'll
look,
turn out like Everton, to be honest.
you reckon?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see another City and Chelsea. I think like Chelsea Abramovich, he's a businessman, but he's a smart businessman, and he's from a country where they play football, so he understood what football is and everything like that. Obviously, you look at the guy from Man City, I forgot his name. Is it Shehad?
What, the chairman or the owner?
The owner.
Oh, Sheikh Mansour.
Isn't he the cousin to the one that owns PSG or something like that, or a family member?
I think so. Sheikh
Yeah,
Mansour.
I think they're more footballing people, or they've actually got footballing people in place. And that's why you see that City and Chelsea have become as successful as they are. But I think this Newcastle one is more, it's like an opportunity to get an investment in a Premier League club. You know, the Premier League is now the most watched league in the world, and it's getting a lot more finances. So I think they've jumped on it on that reason. But even the players that are around and coming through, I don't see anyone that's really going to come through, be a signing for Newcastle and take them to that heights, to be honest. I think they'll try, they'll attempt, but I don't see Newcastle becoming any sort of powerhouse. I think people are just reacting to, they're the richest club in the world now, so Mbappe is going to come and just want the money. Like I think it takes more than just a football club to attract players, you know.
It all depends, though. It depends on what Newcastle want to do, especially with the finances that they've got. Because if you remember, there was a time when all these players were going to China because all the Chinese clubs were throwing money at them. So like, they obviously jumped ship from the Premier League and went over there. So if Newcastle are thinking of doing the same thing, where they're like, look, if you come to us, we're willing to pay you 400,000, 500,000, whatever it may be, you will get some guys that will think, okay, let me go there for the money. Because I hear what you're saying. I don't think they'll be able to attract big name players, but it's only if they think that money is going to be the reason why they come to Newcastle.
Oh, we say that, but bruv, it's gonna happen. I don't know why. I don't know what you are talking about, bro. Like they're worth 321 billion.
So Eddie, what you think we're going to see another Manchester City?
No, we're going to see a Newcastle. We're not going to see another Manchester City.
No, but in the sense of like,
Newcastle's going to do though.
It's going to be what Man City did at the beginning. They were signing borderline great players, got them to a certain level. Then they started signing potential world-class players, got them to a certain level, and then they start signing world-class players. This is going to take time. So for you to sit here and say them people have no interest or they have no idea about football, they've bought a football club for the sheer fact they want to be the best football club in the world or in England. So they're going to recruit the background staff to ensure that this is done. And it's going to take time. It took City time. I think Chelsea, it didn't take them time because Chelsea is a London club who kind of had a bit of like, Chelsea was a top 8 team at the time. You know, they weren't that bad.
We weren't fighting relegation.
Yeah. But Newcastle taking like City. Look at City. It took City time. You know, it's going to take Newcastle time, but they're going to get there. Obviously, they're not going to get the Mbappes of the world right now. Yeah. But believe me, they'll get players like, they might get Aguero back to the Premier League. They might get Harry Kane. Yeah, they might get Harry Kane. They might get whoever.
It's true. But to be fair, obviously, when City bought like the likes of, obviously Yaya Toure was a great player at the time when they bought him, but I wouldn't say he was a superstar. But then he developed into a superstar.
Well, he was a world class midfielder.
Yeah, but he wasn't like he wasn't a superstar. Like they didn't go and get him because he was like the number one player in the team. They got him because obviously Barcelona got rid of him.
No, put it this way. They got him because Busquets was coming through. So Barcelona was recycling. But any club would have wanted to sign Yaya Toure at the time. Yaya Toure, I don't think is ever going to be a superstar because he doesn't have that Paul Pogba like aura. He's just as a footballer, in his era, you can't say many more like box to box midfielders that were as good as him. Because he was probably the best at the time when Man City got him. Yeah. Because he was dominating the Premier League, bro. He was scoring minimum 14 goals a season. You know, playing from deep as well. And his power and his speed and his finishing and his ability to pick out a pass just for fun. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, for you to think these that are spending money on Newcastle and not thinking they want to do amazing things, that's crazy, bro.
Of course, they want to do amazing things.
Yeah.
It's like the guy at Everton. I'm sure he wants Everton to be up
How
there.
much? But how much is he worth? How much is he worth?
Who, the guy at Everton?
Yeah, he's
worth a lot. Like he's already spent 500 and something million pounds on that Everton project.
Okay,
they were breaking it down, so it's like.
So you see that list?
They've spent £500 million already. Then and they're not anywhere near. Do you know what I mean? What makes you think Newcastle can, do something a bit different to get further? So
the top 10 richest clubs in the world, when owners, was Everton's guy on there?
I think he was. Actually, I'd have to look back at that list. I can't remember that list.
He wasn't.
He went on there.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
And if he spent 500 million, which I doubt he has, in how many years?
He's been there a few years. They done the net breakdown of all of the teams. So they done Chelsea, they done City, and they've done a breakdown of what they've spent and where those clubs actually are.
Okay, so if you spend 500 million in 5 years, that's 100 million a year. That's doable.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind you're selling players as well as buying players. Yeah, that's doable. City weren't selling that many players when they were buying players. Chelsea weren't selling that many players when they was buying players. Not to that level of recouping your money back.
Yeah.
Newcastle is going to be spending a shed load. They've said the opening, was it January transfer window, they're going to only give whoever 50 million.
Who said that? The owners?
Yeah, I saw 200 million.
No, I saw 50 million on Sky, but bro, they're testing the waters. They want to see who's actually going to want to come to Newcastle. And I believe they're footballers, especially, the Brazilians and the ones that think football as a business rather than a passion for a club will go there.
That's true. And I mean,
but right now, who's coming free though? That's the problem.
And you guys know Newcastle's a great city.
It is. It's a great city for partying. That could be the problem.
But they got a nightlife. It's not like some dead town or something with nothing going on. Because a lot of people go to London because obviously London's like the big city. And that tends to attract players as well as
London will attract London. Well, London will attract players because it's London. You know what I mean? So it does its own job. But you have to build it properly. Obviously, even with City, it started with Mancini. I mean, he done what he done to then pass it on to Mancini to get the first league title. But then certain quality players were bought. But I don't see a number of quality players out there that Newcastle can buy that will take them to the next level, because there's only a limited number of players out there right now. Everyone's talking about Haaland, Mbappe. Who you say? Can you name 4? Yeah,
I can name you 4.
All right, go on.
Go on then.
So
that's what I said, limited.
Okay, cool. But them 4 will take them to a certain level. Then they'll bring in more.
This day and age, are they going to go Newcastle over these other clubs?
Let's hear this for you, Eddie.
Yes. Go on. You got people like Kingsley Coleman, who's not really playing for their club, right? This is a big payday, and he's a quality player. You've got people like Ousmane Dembele, another quality player. You've got the lives of people like Antoine Griezmann, who don't know if Atletico Madrid can keep him because they have to buy him from Barcelona. But you got Coutinho, you got bare players that are on the fringe of potentially just have passed their peak, but they can still do it. So these are the kind of players like Lewandowski. You can get Lewandowski because he's 33, 34. He might have 2-3 more years to play. He can come and play for Newcastle.
I think he already said he's leaving Bayern, isn't it?
You can get Icardi. Bro, you can get bare players.
That's true.
You can get bare players.
But these are the same type of players that Man City was signing in the beginning. Remember the Robinhos, the Elanos, all them kind of guys. They never really got them anywhere until the actual recruitments of Aguero, Silva, and all of that. They didn't win anything.
But when they got them players, it gave them the structure to build on, and they started competing with the top teams. They started
made them attractive as well.
Exactly, and then it made them money because revenue from them players' names came. Like he was focusing on City when they had Sean Goalscorer and Paulo Wancho. No one, but when they started buying Elano, you know what I mean, like all them Robinho and that, and that's what Man City is gonna do. There's a structure to it. And I'm surprised you can't see what they're gonna do. It's gonna be crazy.
Okay,
like Dele Alli is gonna go there.
Let me ask you a question, Eddie. Do you think Harry Kane will go to Newcastle if Newcastle came with a 150 million bid in January? And Tottenham accepts.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. If I was Harry Kane, because okay, let's be honest. Chelsea. Tottenham are not going to win nothing. Yeah, let's just say. So if we're assuming Newcastle ain't going to win nothing for the next 5 years, what's he got to lose but make more money?
Yeah.
It's not about his character and the kind of player he wants to be. You know, he wants to win things.
Okay, but when he retires, he's either going to look at, Tottenham's paying me 200k a week, or Newcastle wanted to pay me 450k a week.
But then he could go to Manchester United and collect a payday check right now. Why not do that?
That's if they're willing to pay the money though that Tottenham are asking for.
Man United can't get him because they got Cristiano Ronaldo. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? You think they care? If they really want Harry Kane and they feel they're going to need it at the club, they'll go out and get him.
Man United are not getting a striker for the next 2 years.
I'm telling you guys, Ronaldo ain't going to stay 2 years at Man United.
Then where's he going to go?
You see, bro.
Listen, you think he's a guy who's used to winning some form of trophies? You think he's going to see the disaster of Man United and say, let me stay another 2 years when he can just go somewhere and continue banging in goals for fun and at least carrying and getting trophies? Like,
well, who can afford Ronaldo? Who's going to pay his wages?
Bro, right now it's all about, listen, like you man said, China.
And this is why I love
China, bro.
This is why I love Man United.
Or even Newcastle, like you said.
Well, you know what I mean? This is why I love Man United fans. When Ronaldo signed, the talk was mad.
Not from me.
Not from Nana.
I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
Nana was skeptical, but the talk was nuts. Bearing in mind, I said to people, he's 36 years old.
Yeah.
He's been playing in a lesser league for the last 9 years. No.
Including Madrid.
Yeah, because that league, who's competing with them really?
Yeah, that's true.
Premier League is a different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
People like Norwich centre-backs can keep up with you. They can they can body you.
It's true. It's true.
Oh,
oh man.
I will see, man. We'll see how it goes.
All right. So but they've come out with a statement when they bought the club. They said that in 5 years' time they want to win the league. So with everything that you're saying, can you see it happening?
Not in 5 years.
No, not 5 years. How long
they'll
did it
get
take?
close? No,
so
they'll get close.
So you think they'll challenge like top 3?
Wait, hold on.
Top 4.
How long did it take City? I think it took City 5 years.
No, more than that.
They were bought wasn't it 2008? And then they won their first title 2012?
2011. No, 20.
No, it was 2012. The Aguero.
Oh yeah, 2012, 2013 season.
They weren't born 2008. Talking about
When did he buy?
They put them like, bro, maybe I want to say 2000.
Let's see. Yeah, it was 2008.
Were they?
2008.
Yeah.
Before that, it was the Thailand guy that owned them, and then 2008 is when
I know they left Main Road. When did they leave Main Road?
I'm not too sure. I'll check.
Yeah, but okay, but the guy that owned them had money as well. He was spending money before these lot came.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's that Thailand guy, isn't it?
Yeah, but Newcastle didn't come on. Some of the players they have there, bro. Like, let's be honest. I don't name names because I don't know who listens to our thing, but let's be honest, bro. Like,
it might blow us up. You never know.
No, I'm not doing that. You can do it. I'm not doing it.
What you might see Joe Linton in town, yeah.
I don't even know who that is, bro.
Oh man,
he's a Brazilian at the club already.
He must be a mad boy.
He's very shocking.
All right, guys, let me come back to you guys. I've got a question for you lot. But yeah, so basically the question is, obviously, the big news today is that Steve Bruce got sacked from Newcastle. So do you think he should have been sacked sooner? Like, soon.
Next question.
To be honest, who was really out there though? That's the thing. We see Watford's just made a swift change, but all their fortunes changed. But then again, they love sacking managers. I don't know what's going on there, but Steve Bruce was doing the best he could with the tools that he had. I mean, he managed to keep them up. So it's like, I mean, what else did Newcastle really want? You know, they've managed to get rid of the owner that they didn't want there anymore.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll change it back to St. James's Park, because I'm not really a fan of the Sports Direct Arena. I'm not sure why they changed the name.
You shop in Sports Direct.
It's long. Come on, man. The whole point of the Premier League is it's like there's a lot of heritages there and a lot of these clubs, and then when you start to take little things away from them, it just like, you know what I mean? It just spoils it. Like, come on, St. James's Park is a world-renowned name with everyone that's known Newcastle from like the history that they've had, the heights that they were playing Champions League football, all of that. So
that's true.
You know what I mean? It just adds to the kind of club they are and what they had about them. But to be honest, I don't think he could have done a better job than what he was doing, or what anyone else would have come in and done a better job. I mean, who was Sam Allardyce? You know what I mean? The last job he got, he got that red mark on his profile that he didn't want, getting relegated, which he had never done before. So.
But you'd think, obviously, because they're doing a takeover, they'd have a manager in mind, maybe someone that's out of work that they can just bring in to at least end of the season. Because clearly they didn't want Bruce, and Bruce was never wanted. So,
but I think that was the problem. No one knew when the takeover would go through, so a lot of people were hesitant. And now it's just names flying out there. You know, Conte's been mentioned. I'm seeing Frank Lampard. And now they've got Fonseca, the guy that was meant to take the Tottenham job. But apparently they didn't like his playing style. That's why they turned him down in the last.
Even though he's attacking though.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened at Tottenham, to be honest with you. Now they got Nuno, so that's their thing.
But there's managers out there, man. There's managers out there. If they, it depends what avenue they want to go, but there's managers out there. Because they're talking about Eddie Howe as well. You know, they're talking about a lot of managers, man. But yeah.
So what is it, Eddie? Who's the guy to take Newcastle forward, in your opinion?
What, to win the Premier League? Or what?
Oh yeah, or to bring them in contention to challenge for Champions League, Premier League, not necessarily win it, but just someone that's going to stop them from fighting relegation.
Right, there's Conte is there. There's so many managers. There's so many managers they can go for. With the money that they have now, they can get near enough any manager. But if they want to steady the ship and just build on getting some high-profile players, that Fonseca guy can be one. But then they can go for Conte, because Conte ain't really doing much, you know. And I'm sure he'll be happy to take the project on. So yeah, they got options.
I think Conte definitely, if they want to like win the league and stuff, like straight away as well. But I think in terms of like long term and building, I'll probably say Frank Lampard. You know,
get out of here, man.
No, honestly, I would. I think even though they got the money now, I think Newcastle is his level, because they're an established Premier League team and they're sort of like they want to like sort of like secure mid-table, and I think Lampard would do that job. But
he won't.
What? No.
But the ability he had at Chelsea, he was struggling. So what makes you think that the team of Newcastle, he can?
It's a harder job when you have lesser.
Sustain them. You need somebody that has experience and can actually can pull from other top teams. Someone like Conte can pull from like the likes of Inter Milan, the likes of Juve, some players that are just on the cusp, like, you know, someone like Bernardeschi, someone like, you know, they're kind of players. Who's Lampard going to bring? What, the youth from Chelsea?
Mason Mount. But, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But we did have a bit. I said Kai Havertz is better than Mason Mount, and look what's happening. No,
with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you said it, but what's happened to Kai Havertz?
Well, you don't think Havertz is better than Mount?
No.
Where's Mount now?
What he said was when we were linked with Kai Havertz, Eddie said Kai Havertz is going to come to this league. He said he's better than Mason Mount, which is fair enough. But he said he's going to come into the league and take Mason Mount's place. And I said no, he's not going to do that. I didn't say that he was Mason Mount was better or anything like that. I just said that he's not going to come in and take Mason Mount's place. And it was true, he didn't. Mason Mount was still playing ahead of him. Kai Havertz is a better footballer, I agree. But he hasn't shown it. He hasn't shown it.
It was his first season. So where's Mason Mount now in your team?
Well, he's on the bench. But he's been injured.
I mean, where's everyone?
Huh?
Even Havertz ain't been playing recently. I'm thinking, what's going on?
Yeah, Yeah, he
They're
has.
both out of form.
No, he came off the bench in the weekends. So I was thinking, wait, what's going on?
They're both out of form, to be honest. But personally, I think Havertz plays best in a false nine. But it's going to be hard because we've got Lukaku now. Because when we played him in a false nine, he was more effective when he had like Werner and Mount and Pulisic running off him.
And I also said Tuchel will get found out with his tactics.
You just say that.
And I also said Liverpool don't struggle to score goals. But Mike wanted to argue with me.
Yeah, I wanted to make this point actually because I'm gonna hold my hand up because what I said about Liverpool at the early stages I was wrong. So I hold my hand up, guys. Apologies. Liverpool are showing good form, but I honestly didn't think that they would be on it as much. But I was wrong. But saying that, I don't know why Mane is still wasteful, man. Because he used to be very prolific before, and I don't know what happened.
He's getting older, so the sharpness is going a bit. So yeah,
So
Salah's wasteful. Yeah, Salah's wasteful as well. But it's just that with Salah,
he takes his moments.
Salah has less shots than Mane. But I think Mane gets into the most dangerous areas more. Maybe because they don't focus on Mane as much as Salah. But yeah, that's what I believe. And I believe 2 more years and those two are,
Done out here.
I'm not saying done out here.
All right, cool. Round robin, guys. You got your questions?
Of course.
Yep.
Of course.
So we got the champ back. We got the champ back. Welcome back, Nana.
Why is he the champ?
Because he's always smashing it with the questions, isn't it?
No, I've been winning. Stop that.
No, it's Eddie. I think Eddie's got the most right in the round robin, but one-on-ones,
one-on-ones, you're killing it.
One-on-ones, you're Filippo Inzaghi. It's cool.
Yeah. And who are you?
I was gonna say the great one.
I'm Thierry Henry.
What, the one at Juve, yeah?
Yeah. Huh?
The one at Juve, oh.
Wait, I need to see how many goals he's scored.
Henry.
When he was at Juve, he was a World Cup champion. He was a World Cup hero. So whatever you want to say about him, say about him.
But he wasn't the player that he was at Arsenal. But
Nevo's Drogba at Marseille, but I don't want to talk about.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
That's where he made his name. What are you talking about?
No, he did not make his name at Marseille. Get out of here, man.
Where did he make his name? What, Chelsea?
At Chelsea, yes.
Mate. Who was it that he played in the UEFA Cup? Was it Liverpool?
Yeah.
And he tore them to shreds.
One game. What do you mean? What?
That's what put him on the map, and he scored 24 goals for Marseille. And then Chelsea snapped him up. And then the rest is history.
And then he never scored 24 goals in the season for Chelsea.
He scored 30.
In the Premier League?
Yeah. How he won Golden Boot? 2009.
Anyway.
2007, 2008, and 2009, 2010.
Robin, let's go.
Eddie, go first.
I should go first. Are you sure? Because obviously
yeah.
I don't want to put you in a bad mood.
It's okay.
Am I asking a question each or two? One each, yeah?
Well, it's entirely up to you.
Oh, find it hard. Okay, Nana. Which Man United player won English Football Player of the Year and PFA Player of the Year in the year 2000?
Ryan Giggs.
Okay. Michael?
So what was the year?
2000.
2000.
No, hold
on. Okay, that's fine. Nano. Because I ain't got time. Like,
sorry.
What are you thinking?
I'm gonna say.
Okay. Sorry. What? What? Cole?
You said Ryan Giggs. What are you changing your
Wait,
mind?
hold on. Yeah, but then you're going back and forth. So I'm thinking, hold on, is that wrong?
I'm asking Mike's. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm asking Mike if he's got another answer to it.
Okay, I'm gonna say Andy Cole.
Oh, so you're copying him.
No, he said Giggs. He said Giggs.
But then he said Cole after.
All right, I'm gonna say Teddy Sheringham.
No, okay. So Nana, who's your final answer?
Oh no, I was going with Giggs. I thought it was Giggs.
Okay.
I didn't know if it was right or wrong. So
okay, and Mike, you're saying
Andy Cole.
You're both wrong. It's Roy Keane.
Oh wow.
Man like Roy, yeah? Okay.
All right. Right, Mike. I think I've asked you this question before. Who is Chelsea's youngest ever Premier League goal scorer? I think I've asked you this before.
You haven't. I don't think you haven't asked me.
I have. The first
youngest.
time I started doing this. Yeah.
That's a very good question. I like this one. Is it Mikel Forsell?
I knew I've asked you this before. It is Mikel Forsell. I knew
is it?
I've asked you this before. So I'm going to ask you another question because I think I've asked you this before.
Mikel Forsell, the guy with the white hair, fam.
Yeah, let me because I think I asked you the first time we did it. The first time. Okay, I'll ask you another question. Which Chelsea footballer won the World Cup while at Chelsea?
Andre Schürrle.
Yep, you're correct. I think I've asked you that one as well.
Nah, you haven't asked me that one.
No, you know what we did? You asked a question. Name me 5 German players that have won the World Cup in the Premier League, and he was one of the names that got mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I think I asked that question, didn't it?
Nah. Who asked that question?
No, it was Eddie. Eddie was asking it between
I asked the question, yeah.
Me and what's his name?
Yeah.
Mo. And Prince. Nah, Prince.
Okay. It wasn't Prince. It was thing.
It was Mo.
No, it wasn't Mo. What's his name? The guy from Sunderland.
Gula.
Yeah, it was Gula. Me and Gula were, and we was trying to name them.
All right, so who's going next? Michael finally got an answer.
Okay.
I'll go.
Okay, go now, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, Eddie, you first. Which club did Arsenal sign and sell?
You can't ask me 2 questions.
Why not? Okay, I'll ask you one question. I'll ask you one question and I'll ask you a bonus question after that.
Okay.
Which club did Arsenal sell Robert Pires to when he left Arsenal?
Who did we sell him to?
Yeah.
That's very easy. Villarreal.
Final answer?
Yes. The Yellow Submarines.
You're correct.
Yeah, as soon as he answered, I was like, listen, that's my team.
Where did you buy them? Where did you buy him from?
Paris. We bought him from a French team.
No, sir.
It wasn't Marseille. It was what's one weird team? It wasn't Auxerre.
Auxerre, they had players still.
It wasn't Leon. I want to say Lorient, but I don't know if it's Lorient. I don't know.
Final answer?
I mean, it's a bonus answer, so
yeah. Bonus. No, you want to answer? If you think you know the answer.
I'm gonna say, is it Dijon?
No, actually, wait. Let me.
Is it Dijon that wear orange? Actually, no, it might be Lens. I think I'm gonna go Lens.
All right.
It wasn't Lens. It was
Eddie. You thinking with Lorient or Lorient?
Yeah, I think it's Lorient.
All right, you're both incorrect. It was Marseille, man.
Oh. No, I was picturing the shirt that he used to wear, and I was thinking,
when you was like, "Oh, it's not Marseille," I was like, "Right, this guy, we're confident that it's not Marseille." But yeah, it's Marseille. He signed him from. I thought that was the easier question.
Nah. The easy question was who we sold him to.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Nana, coming to you. Who is a Manchester United player who scored 5 goals in a single game in the Premier League?
I know
exactly 5, or was it 5 and more?
It was exactly 5.
It's mad because I've got 2 names in my head. Berbatov.
Final answer?
Yeah, I can't think of the other name. It's not coming to me.
Was it? Okay. Eddie?
Yeah, it's Berbatov.
That's your final answer as well?
I think it was against Blackburn. Yeah.
Okay. In the Premier League, yeah?
In the Premier League?
Yeah.
In the Premier League?
Yeah, but I'm going to go Berbatov.
Okay.
Yeah, why are you trying to trick me for? Yeah.
Or actually,
cool.
I'm thinking old school. But yeah, I'm going to go Berbatov. But I'm thinking back in the day, like there was a 90s game. There was a game back in the 90s, but I'll go Berbatov.
So, okay, cool. So you're both wrong, but incorrect. It's Andy Cole.
What?
You know, that was the name. You see, I was going to say, you know, I was going to change it last minute. I was thinking, what year was it? What year was it?
I think it was that game against Ipswich, you know, when you lot beat them 9-1. I think he scored 5 goals in that game. Let me double check.
Scored 4.
Yeah, see, I was thinking of the 90s. I was thinking Berbatov's one. Was it 4 or was it 5?
Yeah,
but
it was 4.
I was thinking the same game as you, as Eddie. I was thinking, that Blackburn one. But...
Against Ipswich. Andy Cole against Ipswich.
Yeah.
That was in 95.
Yeah, see, I knew it was the 90s.
Yeah,
I should have gone with the latter.
Yeah. Is it a trick question?
Cool. Arsenal. Eddie.
Go Chelsea first, man. Don't come to me first.
Oh, Chelsea, yeah?
Yeah.
Mike, should be an easy one.
Hit me.
How much did Chelsea sign Frank Lampard from West Ham?
Ooh. I know this one. Is it 11 million?
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
And which year as a bonus?
Oh, the year. I'm gonna say. I think it was the 99-2000 season. Yeah, 1999.
All right, cool. 11 million was right. It was in 2001.
Ooh. Oh, so when did Ranieri come then? Or did Ranieri sign him? Because Ranieri came like...
No, he signed before Ranieri.
But I mean, Ranieri came in 2000.
It was before Ranieri, actually.
Vialli.
It was Vialli.
Was it Vialli?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Arsenal. Hopefully, I think this one's easy as well. How many penalties has Alexander Lacazette taken for Arsenal?
What? How is that an easy question? What, in the Premier League?
Yeah.
I have no idea, man. What shirt number is he? 9. I'm gonna go with number 9. I'm gonna go with 9.
9 penalties.
What, scored or just taken?
Taken,
yeah?
Yeah.
Tottenham, Chelsea. He scored, he must have. I'll go with 12.
Okay, final answer, yeah?
Yeah, 12.
There's actually half a dozen, and he scored half a dozen.
6.
Yeah.
I would have never known that. But that was not an easy question. If you asked me a question like Mike's, I would have kind of gone.
Well, how much did Arsenal sign Lacazette from Lyon?
I can't even remember, bro. I know it's in the 20s.
52 mil.
Is it 52?
Jeez, Mike knows, yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I think he was the first one that he was your record signing, and then it went up to Aubameyang.
It was Ozil first, I reckon.
He beat Ozil. Yeah, Ozil was 42, and then about 52 Lacazette. So Arsenal has spent money.
Ozil 42, that's a bargain, bro.
I
remember when we signed him.
Yeah, same.
We was in Napa, me and some of my friends, and we was in a bar, getting drunk, and then we was watching Sky, and like breaking news at Arsenal, and obviously I was with a few Man United fans, Arsenal have got Ozil. I mean, like, person like, they were losing their mind.
Oh man. All right, cool. All right, guys. So as you know, it's October, so we're celebrating Black History Month. So it's only right that we obviously touch on some of the, the Black players that have graced the Premier League. So I want to ask you guys some questions. So, well, it's only one question, and then you obviously have to tell me why. So actually, no, it is two questions. Apologies, it's two questions. So name your favorite Black player from the Premier League era. And then also name me one Black player you think has made the most impact for any club in the Premier League.
For the club or the Premier League in general?
No, for a Premier League club. So it could be anyone. I'll come to you, Eddie, first.
So my favorite Black player of all time in the Premier League?
In the Premier League, yeah.
Black player of all time in the Premier League. That's a hard one, man. The one that's made, obviously, a massive impact is Henry for Arsenal, obviously. That goes without saying. He turned them into a formidable team. My favorite, when you say favorite, that I liked to watch. Yeah, like someone that you like to watch, someone that you admire, just whoever you think is your favorite. I don't want to say Henry again because I don't want to be biased, but he would be one of them. But I'll change. I'll say my second. I was gonna say I was gonna flip it. I was gonna say, to make it interesting, say someone that's not from your team. Yeah, from my team. Not from my team. You got one, Nana? Should we come back to you? I would have to say, and I hate to say this, I would have to freaking say, I'm not gonna say actually, fuck it. I'm saying, excuse my language. I'm gonna stick with Thierry Henry. I'm not gonna say who else to say. But if it's gonna say, is it that bad? Yeah, man. Who would you gonna say? Go on, say rivalry. Is it just rivalry? Is that the only reason? No, it's not rivalry. I just don't like the team. So why would I? It's probably a Tottenham player. No, it's a Chelsea player. you will never know. You would never know who it is. Oh gosh! But it's definitely not a Tottenham player. Why would I admire who? What? Les Ferdinand? Yeah. Yeah. Or what? Garth Brooks. All right. Yeah, so, both of them Thierry Henry. Both of them. But for both questions. But you said not from my club. That one's hard because I don't like this club. So I was gonna say somebody else because I don't like that club that he played for. I'm gonna say Andy Cole at Newcastle, not at Man United. Okay. That's somebody that outside my club I love to watch. Yeah. All right. What about you, Dana?
In terms of a player, I'd say Drogba. I don't know, he's just that, he was a bouncy character, you know. He was like, he brought that embracement of an African player to the Premier League that we hadn't seen since, you know, we probably had some, but not just that, just his aura and the way he came about to the Premier League. Yeah. Just sort of took to it and just, you know, brought that sort of vibe to it. Dda Drogba. And what was the other part in terms of influential? Yeah, so a black player that made a massive impact to a club in the Premier League. I'd have to say Ian Wright in terms of that, for like sort of what he went through as a player, you know, being a black player. I think for a lot of generations coming up, seeing him play, I think it gave him a lot of belief to say, you know, they could be a black player and still make it, you know, especially I think Crystal Palace was a big impact that he had there for a lot of their black young players, because a lot of them, they always talk about him as to someone that sort of inspired them to, you know, want to come through and persevere to become a footballer. So yeah, I'd say Ian Wright.
Okay, cool. All right, so for me, I think favorite player in the Premier League era, I'd have to say Thierry Henry as well. And the reason for this, because he came to the Premier League at a time when the Premier League was making a transition from being on BBC to ITV. You know, remember like the Premiership?
Yeah, the highlights was ITV.
Yeah. So obviously, Match of the Day had gone, and we were seeing like a new thing on ITV. Obviously, it was like a change to how we watch football. Obviously, back then I didn't have Sky, so it helped with the transition, because obviously he was doing really well. Arsenal were playing good football, so it was good to see like him dominating the Premier League and stuff like that. And I think obviously with what he did for Arsenal, all the goals he scored, all the assists, I'd have to name Thierry Henry as my favorite Premier League player. In terms of a black player that's made the biggest impact for me, it's Yaya Toure. And the reason for that is because he went to Manchester City. City was on the come up. You know, they'd just been bought by the sheikhs, so they've got money. He came from Barcelona, who was dominating football. He was a defensive midfielder in Barcelona, but he came to the Premier League as a centre mid and started showing like people the kind of player that he is. And one thing I'll never forget is when Kolo Toure said, "My brother is better than me at football." But obviously no one had seen him play, so obviously people are going to be thinking, "Oh, you're just saying it because it's your brother." And people used to rate Toure at that time when he said that. So for him to come to the Premier League and actually show what he could do and, you know, prove his brother right with everything that he was doing, I think that was amazing. Like, he took City to another level. Like, the way he was playing was, I don't know, I actually think he's underrated. I know he's rated amongst City players, but I think in terms of the Premier League, I don't think he's spoken about enough.
Yeah. Because I think I did a debate with my friends, and I did the all 11, your best 11 Premier League team, and I had him in my team, and people were like, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah, bro. Like, I have to have him in my team because of his ability. Because at Barca, like you said, he wasn't utilized the way he should have been utilized because he had quote unquote better players ahead of him. But technically, the guy was gifted. Some of the goals that he was scoring in the Premier League and just running past players and just like it wasn't there.
Especially his backlift. I think he had one of the best backlifts in the Premier League. And just the power and top corners. You were just hitting them for fun.
Oh, and the thing is, he used to pick up a ball in his half and he would run straight and no one could tackle him.
Yeah, it's mad. He always ran straight. It was always a straight line. He never left or right. It was always just straight.
Yeah, that's true.
But I want to say one thing to the Thierry Henry thing.
Yes. After
Henry came to the Premier League, most black players started to come to the Premier League because of Thierry Henry. They were like, "Oh, I want to be like Henry." Or even Cristiano Ronaldo, when he came to Premier League, he said, "Yeah, I want to emulate or go past what Henry did. I want to be faster than Thierry Henry." That's why I came to Premier League, to learn and be better than him. So I think that domino effect of Henry joining, he had a bad season and a half, but when they kicked in, even the blacks of Drogba and that, they always say, "Oh yeah, because of Thierry Henry, that's why, Thierry is my first." That's why I knew what the Premier League was.
Yeah, I think for black players, the guys that you guys named, well, I named Henry as well, but Ian Wright and Henry, they were pioneers because a lot of people speak about those two players. Not to say that people don't speak about the others, but I think their story is what really captures a lot of people. Like Ian Wright, obviously, he became a professional quite late, and people obviously gravitate to that. So
in our era is them two. Obviously, other areas they'll say John Barnes, they'll say the other guy. Who was the other guy for West Brom when West Brom was running things? And
it was the guy he was their manager, wasn't he?
No.
Darren Moore.
No. He died.
Oh, Regis.
Years ago.
Regis.
No, is it Cyril Regis?
No, not him.
No, Cyril was the Arsenal guy.
No, he was like the most technical player, and he played for England, and he was getting racially abused, and then at the time he took West Brom. Him and one other black guy took West Brom to like the top of the Premier League when they used to dominate Man United, and then Real Madrid bought him and he got injured. I forgot his name. and he died. In a
Oh
car
yeah, I
crash.
remember BBC done a documentary or Sky done a documentary on the two players.
ITV did a documentary on him. I forgot his name, and he's got a son who's playing in the Spanish league.
Oh right, okay.
Laurie Cunningham. That's it.
Oh,
Laurie Cunningham. Mad baller. Mad baller.
nice.
Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
that's a bit of history for you lot, yeah?
All right, Eddie, let's go through the game week results for game week 8.
Week 8. Do you lot even remember what you lot did game week 8? Because I sure don't. Have you got it up, mate?
I've got it up.
Well, our predictions, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get the results. Are you lot ready?
Yep.
Right. Watford versus Liverpool, 5-0.
Was it 5? Oh, it was 5-0, isn't it?
What? Oh yeah, it was.
All right. So none of us got
Salah.
that right. You said 4-2, Eddie.
I said 2. Wow. Yeah. Aston Villa versus Wolves. Wolves won 3-2.
Both got that wrong. We said Villa would win.
Yeah. Leicester Man United, 4-2 Leicester.
We both said a draw.
Sounds fun. Sounds like fun. Man City versus Burnley. I know I said 5-0, but it was 2-0.
You said 4-0.
I said 4-0.
I said 5-0.
Norwich versus Brighton, 0-0.
We said Brighton to win. 2-0, both of us.
Southampton versus Leeds, 1-0 to Southampton.
But both got it wrong. I said a draw. You said Leeds win.
Wow. Brentford Chelsea, 1-0 Chelsea.
Yeah, both got the score correct. Sorry, the result correct, but score wrong.
Everton versus West Ham, 1-0 West Ham.
We both said a draw.
Jeez. Newcastle versus Spurs, 3-2 Spurs.
You said a draw. I said a 1-0 win to Tottenham.
And then
Technically, they did.
Arsenal 2, Crystal Palace 2.
Yeah, we both got that wrong.
Yep. We did indeed. That's the worst week I've had so far.
Yeah, no one got anything right.
On 2 game week. Was it game week 9?
Game week 10.
Yeah. I'll do better. Sorry, people.
Game week 9 is already done. That was done in the last episode.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
All
I feel
right.
like I should change some of my predictions though. But
You think?
we'll keep it.
I'll keep it.
I'll keep it. It's cool.
All right. So the final part of this episode, and I'm coming to you, Nana. But what has happened to Man United? 1 win in 5 games in all competitions. Is it Ollie out or Ollie at the wheel?
And you got 2 minutes to answer this.
I made my decision 2 seasons ago after the game at Watford. So people know about me and Ollie, boy. Shout out the YouTube channel at the time. I did the interview, but I said, don't give him any money. Let him die by his words and let him stand by the players that he says that he has. So, I mean, it's the same thing for the last 3 years, to be honest. This is the same form that we see. He's always in trouble. He's about to lose his job. He gets 2 big fixtures that he's about to play and then he somehow comes through.
Yeah.
They say 3rd time lucky, so I don't think he's going to get through this one. We've got a tough game against Atalanta tonight, but I see a Liverpool defeat, a Tottenham defeat. But again, they won't get rid of him. His job is to secure as a vote, to be honest. So,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's funny because obviously bought players in areas that you needed to strengthen, with the exception of your defensive mid. But it looks like things are not improving.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't. It's like giving the car keys to a baby to drive. You know what I mean? There's no playing style and there's no way. So even if you give him the players, that wasn't going to do anything. Do you know what I mean? People are being critical of Sancho and all of that, but You know what I mean? You need something there. You need to be coaching these players. You can't just give someone a bunch of players and say, go do something, you know what I mean? I.e. Ronald Koeman at Barcelona.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could say he's got this there, but what's going on?
Yeah, but he's building at Barcelona. And Barcelona are going through a phase without Messi. But what I wanted to say about Man U is, like, you've got to understand, your purchases are panic buys for me. And I said it in previous episode. You didn't need Sancho. Sancho was somebody that was dominating the German league, but didn't show the same performance for England as the national team, at the national team stage. So for you to go and spend that much money on him when you have players who can do what he's doing, or even maybe a bit more, because as much as people cuss, what's his name? Dan James, yeah? He was a threat, like his pace, he was a threat for certain teams, against certain teams, but Sancho's played, what, eight games? And he's yet to do anything amazing for me. Maybe you're seeing different, or maybe Mike, you're seeing different as well.
I'm seeing the same as you.
But it is what it is. Not everyone can come and light it up, you know. We've seen it with Havertz, we've seen it with Timo Werner, we see it with Pepe when he came to Arsenal. So, like I said, the Premier League, people underestimate it and they think it's going to be a walkthrough. It's not what you think it's going to be. Certain leagues and certain teams you play in, it suits a type of player and it suits them. So you can't just say because they dominate one league and then come to another and dominate it. It's very rare that a player can come and do that, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I do feel sorry for him. It's not his fault, you know, the price tag and the pressure on him.
All right, so before we close, I just want to ask a quick question. I just need a quick answer. Who's better, ability-wise, Sancho or Saint-Maximin?
Oh, come on, man.
Sancho, man. I like Max, but he's raw. It's Sancho, obviously, ability-wise, but Maximum is raw. If he can get the right coach, then it will get very peak. I'm not gonna lie, because that guy, when he just drives at you, he's actually beating players every time. Like,
so then why would you say Sancho then?
Say that again.
So why would you choose Sancho then?
Because Sancho's ability to do the same is better than what Saint-Maximin's. That's what I said. Saint-Maximin's still a bit raw with it. It's not fully under control. Whereas Sancho, it's more of a packaged. You've got more of a complete player.
I will go Saint-Maximin because I go with now and not your potential. I go with now, but that's me.
Okay. All right. We'll have to continue that discussion in the next episode, and we'll ask our guest if we do have one for the next one. But yeah, guys, it's been a pleasure. You know, so I guess we'll see you guys on the other side. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Disclaimers needed. Unfiltered Moments, Premier League edition. We out.
Peace.
Peace out.